There are some things that I've noticed that Frontier needs to either change, fix, or just improve in general. Add more variety when it comes to coaster elements. Have you ever wanted to recreate Lightning Rod from Dollywood? Or Space Mountain Mission 2 from Paris? Well, you can't, because the two coaster types that are in the game that are pretty much close to what it is, an RMC for Lightning Rod, and Space Mountain Mission 2, which is a launched Vekoma looper, well, you can't do that because the looping coaster they have in the game has simply a lift hill. So does the RMC. It only has a lift hill. Welcome everybody to Planet Coaster. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I have something very special to show you guys. As you can probably tell by the beginning and obviously the title of this video, Planet Coaster now supports third-party modifications to now modify the game in ways that were only distant dreams. Thankfully, from the users Thomas and Evan, we have now the Planet Coaster mod loader here on GitHub. For this beginning part of the video, I'm going to show you guys how to actually install the mods and actually how to get them onto your system in order to enjoy them for yourself. And then later on, I'll show you exactly what you can do on this mod, and I'll showcase some of the specialties that some of these mods can do. Of course, if you guys don't want to watch the actual install process, I will leave timestamps in the video. You can go ahead and check down below for when I just start showing the actual mod, and then you can go back and watch how to install it later. So here we are on GitHub. It is a popular code sharing website where you can download programs for different games, or you can also just share your own code. Here we are with the initial release of the Planet Coaster mod loader, again by users Evan and Thomas. I cannot thank them enough for bringing this mod into the public eye, and as you can see, it was actually released fairly recently. So all you have to do is click on this folder. Of course, then it'll ask you where you would like to save it, so click wherever you want to save it and then press save. Once the file starts downloading, you then can go into your file manager. So once we access the file manager and we access my Planet Coaster mods, you can see here PCModManager.EXE. Now in order to unzip this file, you will need something like WinRAR or 7-zip. I prefer 7-zip, but if you prefer WinRAR, that is totally up to you. All you have to do is right click it, head down to 7-zip, and then hit extract here. Once you do that, it will extract all the contents into a folder. I won't need to do it, so I'm actually going to get rid of it so that way I don't get confused with my already installed mods, and it's going to turn into this folder right here labeled PC Mod Manager. Once you click it, I highly suggest that you do not change a single thing inside this folder. Do not take anything out, do not add anything to it. All of this is the lines of code and different files that are needed in order to run the application and latch it onto your Planet Coaster game. Now the one thing though that you will absolutely need to do before anything is click on this right here, PCModManager.EXE. Now I know that installing an EXE from a random website can be a little bit challenging, and I do understand if you are protective of your computer. I'm here to say that this mod is 100% trusted. There is nothing wrong with it. I've been using it, and I even turned off my antivirus for a while and turned it back on. Nothing is giving me red flags, and at the moment I'm running 2 antiviruses and nothing has popped up. So for the most part, this mod is very trustworthy and very safe. Of course, if you don't trust it, I fully understand. Believe me, this mod is okay. So once you click it, you'll be greeted with 2 different windows. You'll have the PC Mod Manager interface as well as this window. Now this window here, don't really worry about it. Just kind of, put it off in the corner, but don't close it. Keep both windows open at the same time. Just don't do anything with this window. The window that you do need to worry about is this one right here. Here we have the Manage and the Export tab. Don't really worry about the Export tab. We don't really need to use it, but what we do need is the Manage tab. Now, once you see all this right here, congratulations, you have successfully installed the Mod Manager into the game. Now, of course, once you have a Mod Manager, the next best thing to do is to download the mods themselves. What we'll need to do now is we'll need to go back to the web browser. You'll need to go to a very popular and well-known and trusted third-party modding website called Nexus Mods. Now, of course, there's not a lot of options here for when it comes to mods. However, these are just the bare bones ones that released with the mod back in December of 2020. I'm sure that there's going to be more mods to come, and as well, I'm pretty sure that these mods are also going to be updated over time. Now, the one mod that everybody must download with this mod menu is this right here, the No Track Limits V3 Realism Overhaul. And these mods right here will definitely change the way that you look at Planet Coaster. So the mods that I have currently downloaded is the Sundial retexture, a center stripe reconfiguration for the RMC track, a simple train retexture for the Invincible train model, of course the No Track Limits V3 overhaul, and the Aero Looper cleared train. So the one that I haven't done, but I purposely saved for this video, is the Rage Train retexture. Now, if I click on this, it'll show that this is a simple retexture for the Rage Train model. So if you want to download a mod from this website, you obviously have to have an account through Nexus Mods. It is totally free, 100%. And once you have your account set up, now you're going to go over to the manual download button. Go over to where it says slow download because it's only 1 megabyte. So once you click slow download, your download will start in 3, 2, 1. Of course, now that I have my mod manager reopened, it shows here that this is the area where I have all my mods. Rage Train retexture.zip, you want to save it. And here it is, fully downloaded to my system. So now if we go back to my folder here, it shows Rage Train retexture. All you're going to need to do is 7-zip it and extract here. Once it's done, just go ahead and keep that file, but you're going to get a PCM audio file. Now, it might confuse you at first that it's an audio file. Don't really pay attention to that because the one program that can read that audio file and turn it to an actual mod file for your game is your PCModManager. So all you have to do in order to install these mods is go down here to where it says install new mod, click that button, and find where your mod is. So for example, I have not installed the Rage Train retexture, so if I double click it, it is now going to go through a whole line of code in order to install it. And right here, you can see Rage Train retexture is now installed into my game. Of course, you can do the same thing by clicking this to uninstall a mod or hit this little X button and then it'll get rid of it. And once you do that, congratulations, you have now modded Planet Coaster and you're ready to go. Now, it may look a little interesting down here to have a launch Planet Coaster button. However, you don't physically have to click that button on the bottom here in order to actually run the game. Of course, now that you have finished actually installing the mods into your game, you can now close both of these windows, close your folder here, and close your web browser. Of course, if you guys don't want to launch the game from the mod manager, as I said earlier, you can go ahead and hit the green play button on Steam itself and it'll launch Planet Coaster, no problem. So now we're going to jump into the Planet Coaster gameplay and I'm going to show you guys why this mod is just so special to have. Here we are on Planet Coaster. I'm going to reload a demo park that I have somewhat put together in order to show you guys some of the crazy things that you can do with this mod. So here we are in game, and as you can already tell, this is absolute madness.
What the f was that?
Alrighty, so where do I start? I guess I'm going to start with the obvious, the monorail. So here on this monorail, nothing has obviously changed. You can have as many cars as you want. Excuse you. But see, here's where the fun comes in. On the monorail train here, obviously, it's a monorail. However, let's say I want the American Aero. Well, there you go. Or let's say I want the Canyon Runner, which is the Disneyland Big Thunder Mountain Railroad trains. You can have that. You can add any, and I mean anything in this game, ranging from track rides to roller coaster trains on any track in this game. That is what I call customization. So just for the sake of my brain cells, I'm actually going to go back here and revert it back to the original train. I don't know where it's at. Crap, what is it called in this game? I think I just passed it. No? Did I not pass it? Crap, what is the monorail called in this game?
2,000 years later.
Alright, there we go. It was called Lightline. I should know that. So as well, if you want to modify that, you see that the max speed on this is probably roughly 30 miles an hour. Not today. We're going 80 miles an hour. You want to talk about light speed here? And away you go. Now, something here that you can also see is that I completely disabled the track limits on this game. So here I have a bank degree of 45 degrees on the monorail, which is... There's something satisfying about this. It's really awkward to see, but there's something satisfying about that embankment. As well, if you want a little airtime on the monorail, sure, go for it. You got some airtime. Here's a 22-degree bank. Not too great, but, you know, somewhat realistic, I guess you would say. Awesome. So let's move on to the, oh, I know, let's move on to the Intamin impulse model. Now, of course, as you can see here, it's clearly hovering, but listen to that sound. That's a lift chain. When you modify this ride here we have your standard track, you have a lift chain, you have drive tires, you have your LSMs, you have your LSM holding, magnetic brakes, your twist towers, block sections. Now, one of the flaws with this mod, of course, is that if the style of track was not already put into the game, it makes the track invisible. So that would make it really kind of difficult in order to get around. However, some ways to actually modify the track, like let's say, for example, you want to modify the chain speed. All you have to do is select the track that goes before it, take this little blue knob and go all the way down to the point of where it connects, and then just kind of go right there. So as you can see, I have the track selected, but I don't actually have the track selected. So if you go to utility settings, you see I can change the chain all the way up to 25 miles an hour. So again, I'm starting to get some vibes from like Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. And as you can see, the chain speed has now been changed. One easy way to get around this is to build another coaster that mirrors exactly what this one does, just minus the modification, and then overlay them so that way it doesn't actually show as a blank piece of track. If you get creative enough, there are ways around it. If you don't want to use that style of track, this coaster perfectly works on the B&M style tracks. If you're like me, you experience the same thing that I do. You're deeply saddened at the fact that you can't add the rails in different colors. Well, this isn't exactly the same thing as the Joker at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, but in terms of Planet Coaster, it's close enough. I mean, it'll get the job done. That looks like Joker to me. I mean, you got a little inch of purple, a little inch of green. It works. Where's the front decal? That's another beauty of that mod. It completely erases all the decals off the train in order to make it a plain train. Now, to address the elephant in the room, yes, this is a railroad train. I am able to put a gigantic loop on it and a 0G stall. And of course, it still works. So if we head over here and start the train up, yes, I am running this train at 80 miles an hour. Oh, that thing is moving. All the way around. Oh man, that looks funny. And through the 0G stall we go. Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. That is absolutely. With that being said, that will do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys didn't like this video, then I'm sorry. You can go ahead and hit that button. But if you did like this video, then go ahead and leave it a like. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. It helps me out immensely, and it keeps you up to date on when I upload next and everything Coaster Fans. If you guys like this mod and want to download it for yourself, I'll leave some links down below as well as some written instructions from this video if you guys want to go ahead and install this mod for yourself. So yeah, guys, with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.